anyway, any day. Gonna say what they say anyway, 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 anyway. The haters are gonna hate anyway, any day. Gonna say what they say anyway, 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 anyway.
But yo, tonight is definitely a late night. Who's winning? It's almost over? What? What's up, homies? What's cracking? It's been a couple of days. I haven't made one. I've been busy and shit, caught up in work and stuff. Fuck, what we gonna talk about today? Shit. Well, I don't know, man. What you want to talk about? Hey, if anybody has anything that they want to bring up or ask me, whatever, like, hey, what about this time, that time? I'll get into the prison shit, and all that. But what someone had brought up to me is they're like my uncle. We were talking about. Remember when we fucking transported that dead or picked up that dead body, and I was like, I forgot about that shit. So that's what this is about. As you can tell by the thumbnail, fucking the time that we went and got a dead body from Vegas. Well, what it is my homeboy, my homeboy owns a company, right? It's like a little side business. It's called Guardian Services. And what he does is he, like, if there's a body that needs to be picked up, if it's after hours on weekends or whatever, he's like a subcontractor, right? So they hit him up and they call him and he goes and picks up bodies. Now, I've worked with him a couple times, so I kind of knew the process or what procedure or whatever. But one weekend, he hit me up. He's like, hey, dog, what you doing this weekend? I need a favor. I said, I ain't doing nothing. And he said, well, you think you could go pick up a body for me in Vegas? And I was like, yeah, sure, why not? You know what I mean? He goes, not a lot of money. He goes, I'll give you like, what do you say? I don't know, like, I don't remember. He said, I'll give you like $100 plus all the gas is paid and everything. So money for gas and then like $100, $150, something like that. Just roll 3.5 hours out to Vegas, pick up this body, and then come back and drop it off at the San Fernando Mission. I'm like, all right, fuck it. You know what I mean? It's not a job, it's an adventure. You know what I mean? So I hit up my uncle. I didn't feel like going by myself. And I hit up my uncle. I'm like, hey, fool, you want to go pick up a body? He goes, a dead body? He goes, what'd you do? What'd you do? And I was like, no, I didn't like that. It's legit. And he goes, all right. So I pick him up. Well, we're supposed to go on Saturday morning, but it was Friday. I fucked it. It's Vegas, right? So we'll just roll. So what we ended up doing was we stopped. We get like a case of beer, an ice chest and shit. And I had a van. I didn't have a van, but my homies for his company. It's like a white van. It's empty in the back with just a gurney in it, and then the 2 front seats. So we had our little case of beer and shit, and we're rolling up to Vegas. And you know, we just did a couple bumps real quick, just on a good one, and we stop at the state line, right? So we go in there and say, all right, we're on just $20. That's it, just $20. Well, he went one way, I went the other way. My ass, I lost everything, and I gave him his cut of the money already, but I was hoping he was winning. Usually he wins, but I lost everything. I lost the fucking gas money. I lost it all, and my uncle did too. He came back. He's like, I'm broke, fool. And I was like, oh. He goes, why? He goes, you win? I go, fuck no. I said, I didn't have no fucking money either. And we're at state line, though, so we're close, right? He's like, what the fuck we gonna do? I was like, I don't know. Well, let's go. He's like, let me call my lady. We'll go to Western Union or whatever. So he calls the lady. She says she'll send us the money. But Western Union wasn't going to be open until like 8 o'clock in the morning. We had to pick up this body at like 7 a.m. or some shit, right? And so we had to be there. So we ended up just driving around Vegas and shit. We kept drinking. We pulled up in parking lots and shit, doing more bumps and shit, and fucking pounding more alcohol. And we're waiting. But Western Union didn't open till 8. We got to be there at 7. So we're like, fuck it. You know what I mean? What are we going to do? Now, if we were thinking, I guess logically, what we should have did was just told them the truth. Like, dude, it's Vegas. We lost all our money. Because what happened was, when we pull up to this place, to wherever, I guess it's some dude, he was like in his 30s. He went out there for like one of the fights. And I don't know, Tyson, fucking De La Hoya, I don't know. Someone fought. Man, it's a while back. So we roll up. And the family was there, and they're like looking at us like, what these motherfuckers? And mind you, we're wearing baggy pants, fucking white tees, fucking short hair, whatever, hats, whatever. I don't know, I forgot my uncle had his hit just slicked back. And just reeking of alcohol, yo. We were reeking of alcohol, fucking. And then we're like, all like that, eyes all bleed, but we're, you know, that was a long time ago. And reeking alcohol and shit. And so we're like, fuck it. And there's nothing on the van. We don't have no magnet that says the name, no shirts like professional. It's a t-shirt, just like little gangbangers. And but whatever. We seen the dudes. He was like, all right, so we go and to where the body's at, and they had this thing, and it like lifts up, and then you get the body, roll it onto it, and then drop it down, and we put it on the fucking gurney, and we put it into the van. It's got to be, I guess the head's got to go in first, because I don't know, it's kind of dumb, but if there's an accident, they don't crush the head, even though he's dead already. So, and it was summertime. It was like a fucking 100 and something Vegas, and so. And then the AC wasn't working too good, right? So anyways, I put him in the van and shit, and so his head's like right here. And I'm all bumping some fucking just whatever, singing to this dead dude and shit, like whatever, you know what I mean? Thug Mansion and shit. Well, my dumb ass, when we were leaving, I was like, fuck, because we still needed money. We had no gas, nothing. And we're like, fuck, we should have just told him, but, you know, we weren't thinking right. And my uncle's like, what you gonna do, fool? What we gonna do, fool? And I'm like, I don't know. I got a plan. He goes, what's your plan? I go, hold on. Well, when we're getting onto the on-ramp, because his family, I don't know why, but they drove out there just to make sure that the body got back to San Fernando Mission safely, you know? Well, they're in front of us, right? So we're getting on the little fucking on-ramp and shit. It was like them and then us and then a couple cars behind me. I'm like, fuck, what we gonna do? What we gonna do? And I don't know why I was so worried about being honest and shit. It was just, I don't know, fucking out of it. So as we're going up, and there's like an embankment or whatever down the side, like a slope, you know, like this is on-ramp, but it's a high on-ramp. And we're getting on, and I go, fuck it. And he's like, what are you doing, fool? Just, get back. And he's like, what the fuck? And that car, they stop. The family stops. But there's other cars coming, and they're like honking. They're like, fuck, so they have no choice to keep going. So he's like, did you just kidnap this body? I'm like, I think so. So it was like Grand Theft Body and shit. Straight kidnapped this motherfucker. And then my phone started blowing up, but shit, turn that shit off. I don't know why. Fucking my homie started yelling at me like, what the fuck? Anyways, so we go. We're driving around fucking Vegas and shit, and fucking, I don't know, fucking, and this motherfucker started to smell. I bullshit, you know, I started to smell real bad and shit. Well, just little by little, I had the AC on full blast, but I guess it didn't matter. And the smell of like death is, if you don't know, whoever don't know, is bad. You know what I mean? That shit. After I had to end up, later on, I ended up having to fucking like burn my clothes and shit. Not really, I threw them away, but I couldn't even wash the smell out for some reason. But it was bad. Anyways, the point being, so we make it to the Western Union, and there's a fucking line, a long ass line. We're like, fuck, and there ain't no parking anywhere. So I parked in like I don't know, right out front. It was like a loading zone or whatever. And I'm sitting there trying to keep the AC on full blast. My uncle's in line for the money, for gas and shit. And fucking cop pulls up, whoop, and you can't be here. And they come up to the fucking, I swear to God, it's crazy point I'm about to make in a second. So the cop walks up, he's like, hey, you can't park here. And they pull out the little thing like they're gonna write me a ticket. And he's like, what are you doing here? And I go like this, I'm like, dead body. He looks in and goes, oh shit. He's like, nah, it's cool. I'm just waiting for some money. I need some money from Western Union. He goes, nah, it's all right. I'm like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? I'm like, dead body. And once he seen the dude's head, yeah, that was it, right? So I wait. My uncle comes out. We got money. We're like, all right. And it's already been, I don't know, maybe another couple of hours passed, if that. I mean, give or take. You know what I mean? So I don't know who's calling because I got my shit off. I'm like, fuck, I didn't want to hear it. So we're driving back and shit, and both of us, we're like singing to do it. Want some beer, fool? Want bump and shit? And we're like laughing and shit. Just being stupid with his body and shit. Fucking taking pictures with him and shit. Whatever. And, well, we're driving back. We hop on the freeway. And as we're headed back, this fucking state line again. We're like, should we do it? fuck it. I pull out the fucking freeway. We already kidnapped this motherfucker. Might as well just have some more fun. And right when we went to park, I was like, you know what? Fuck that shit. Let's get back on the freeway because we're gonna fuck up even worse. And he's like, are you sure, fool? And I'm like, yeah. So we hopped back on the freeway and we made it to the agricultural line. It's like another, fucking where you stop and they say, hey, you bring anything back over there? You bring fireworks or legal this or fruits and vegetables, whatever the hell, one of those. And for people who don't know. So we stop at that agricultural, whatever place where you stop and go through, like if we're going through a border or something, but it's not. And sure enough, and I got some music going, and we get up to the guide. He's like, you bringing back anything, any kind of fruits, vegetables, legal fireworks? And I'm like, no, just a dead body. And he looked at it, he's like, shit, just go. And they let us go, like, fuck. So we're rolling, and I'm like, I'm driving shit back. And I look over at my uncle, I said, hey, fool. He's like, what's up? I said, do you realize we've already been hit up like twice from like a cop and now these people, and they just were like, go. We got nothing on the van. We're like t-shirts. Could you imagine if we had like shirts with like a fucking company name and threw a magnet on this side? We could be moving bodies, fool. He's like, you're a fool. But I'm like serious, like it's weird but during my luck, that'd be the time they'd investigate. But just being all confident, like, nah, it's a dead body and shit. Nah, just go. Like people get weird around it, you know what I mean? They're like, they don't like that shit. And it's a real body for real. So we may make it back to San Fernando, and when we pull up, the family's there and they're fucking mad. Woo! If looks could kill, we would have dropped dead instantly. Well, I get out the car and I think they wanted to hit me for sure. But they didn't. And my homeboy comes out. He's like, what the fuck? I need to speak to you in my office. I'm like, I don't want to hear this shit. Like, fuck you, my uncle. He's like, can you too? My uncle's like, all right. So we go into his office, my homeboy's office, and he closes the door. As soon as he closes the door, that motherfucker hit the floor laughing. Like, oh my God. Did you just steal a body? What the fuck is wrong with you, Mouse? You got to fucking do that. What are you crazy? He goes, man, how come you didn't answer my call? What was the problem? And I said, fuck, I don't know. I need some gas money and shit. He's like, he just called me. I would have fucking wired you when I go, I don't know. I wasn't thinking. He goes, I guess not. He goes, well, you're fired, dog. And I'm like, well, whatever. I don't care. And he goes, nah. He goes, but good looking. But yeah, he goes, fuck. I'll clean it up. I'll tell him something, And I'm like, all right. And so that was that, right? Oh, we had to get the body and put it. So we go, me and my uncle went, we pulled in, whatever, and we put it in the San Fernando Mission in their little freezer that they have or whatever. And I know it sounds weird, but it's like that. And we go in there and roll his ass over and shit. And so now he's well, I guess home. I don't know what that would be considered, but he OD'd or something. Well, we were leaving because we were talking about because my uncle's like, shit, we should do this again. It wasn't a lot of money, but it was more of a favor. So we're walking through and came across this little girl, and she couldn't have been maybe 2 years old or something, wearing they had her it looked like a porcelain doll, and she's in a black little dress and a little bit of makeup on her, and that shit broke my heart, man. And when I seen that, I knew I could never do this shit again, because that was too hard. My uncle's like, fuck, we put our heads down. Yeah, that was hard seeing that little girl. And we're thinking about that, and she's just laying there on this table because she was getting ready for a viewing or something. And I couldn't imagine what her family, her mom, dad, the parents are going through. Everybody, you know what I mean? That shit was deep. That right there, that made it. Never again would I do that. You know what I mean? Because I don't know. It was just way too weird when you see kids. It ain't the same. You know what I mean? Well, it ain't, bodies are bodies, but still, And so that was that. And then sure enough, we hop in the truck, whatever, and we go. And later on, I dropped off that truck over his van to him, and I got my shit, whatever. And but yeah, and then our clothes. Oh my God, we smell so fucking bad. We just had to throw this shit away because I can't even explain it. If you don't know, all bad. You know what I mean? And it was penetrating just because we're in this fucking van and it wasn't cold enough. So that was that story. Not the greatest story, you know what I mean? But someone had just brought it up to me, and they're like, "Hey, what happened with that?" And so I don't know, something different. I thought it'd make a good thumbnail, anyways. But I'll come at you guys with some better ones, you know what I mean? But that's just a little story about going and picking up a body real quick, you know. But anyway, just I got to warm up to this again because it's been a couple of days. So with that said, all the homies, radio tonight is definitely a late night. Oh, again, my bad. What I do? Did I do part 2? I did part of my life story. It was 2, right? So I'm gonna play part 3 of my life story. All right? Yeah, because I already played 1 and 2, so this is gonna be part 3. I'm gonna double check right now, but all right. So radio tonight is definitely a late night. Let's listen to this shit. I like
Yeah. What with Daddy Bomb? Waking up facing 25. Cold, listen to intensify. Not knowing when I'm dead or alive. My future's prison, need the bitch down. That's how to survive. 7 felonies against me, 2 armed robberies. 2 assaults with a deadly weapon. 2 assaults causing great bodily injury. Damn, just judge. Throwing the book at me, drop the gun charge. From Barrack Daddy down to receiving stolen property, Lord. Please forgive me for my sins. The people I hurt were not innocent. Do you hear me, Lord? Please forgive me for my sins. The people I hurt were not innocent. Not innocent. Ride on the gray goose straight to the pen. Welcome to Havana, level 2 prison. And not gangster at all. Young and dumb, I put in work for fun. Pick up in the death of murder and sent to the hole. Put in work as a eschery and no. Next stop, Coco Rancho. Felony fights, everyone acting a fool. Now let's talk about the big homies, listening to what they say. Hey, another bus ride, on my way to Pelican Bay, baby. Knowledge is power, did you hear what I say? On my way up to Pelican Bay, baby. Yeah. Now I'm with real gangs, killers in the place, slaves where the animals roam. Get caught the cool way, go home. Lord, forgive me for my sins. People I hurt were not innocent, not innocent. I was let out to 11 for mainline, still in Pelican Bay. Hit the jar, this is for real. These boys don't play, the only piece in here is made of steel. There's no justice, that's for real. G's ain't here, don't shed no tears. G's ain't here, shit blood on tears. Back in trouble, more stripes than one stripe and snicks. Another shoe turn. Lord, forgive me for my sins. The people I hurt were not innocent, I'm talking to you, Lord, forgive me for my sins. The people I hurt were not innocent, not innocent. Putting in more work, my strength, my curse. Stabbing after stabbing, it's just getting worse. One of us will be living in a hearse, back at it again. Stab a child and molester again. Again and again and again and again and again.